Good morning, this is Gabriel Jackson, and welcome to BJC Mitzvah Day, number 16, using the Sefer HaChinuch. A Mitzvah Day keeps your soul on its way. This mitzvah is a little long, so I do think we'll break it up into 2 days. The prohibition to break a bone of the Pesach offering, found once again in Exodus, Shmos, Parshas Bo. We are commanded not to break any of the bones of the Pesach offering, as it is stated, and you shall not break a bone in it. Among the underlying purposes of this mitzvah is in order to thereby recall the miracles performed for us by Hashem in Egypt at the time of the Exodus, as we have written with regard to the other mitzvahs of Pesach, mitzvahs 5 through 15. The Chinuch applies this concept specifically to this mitzvah. The basis of this mitzvah also derives from the principle mentioned previously that through the redemption, the Jewish people attained a level of royalty. This mitzvah is an expression of that same idea, insofar as it is not honorable for noble princes and counselors of the world to scrape off the bones and to break them as dogs would. To act in such a way is befitting only to the poor among the people who are ravenous. Therefore, at the time of the Exodus, which was the commencement of our attaining the status of treasured of all the nations and a kingdom of ministers and a holy people, as well as each and every year at that time, on the night of the 15th of Nisan, meaning Seder night, Pesach night, it is fitting for us to perform the types of activities wherein we display the lofty status to which we ascended at that time, through the deeds and symbolism in which we engage with the purpose of expressing this royal status. This matter is implanted in our souls forever. Now he goes on a little tangent. The Chinuch addresses an objection that might be raised to this thought. Do not think, my son, to challenge my words and say, what purpose is there in Hashem, blessed be He, commanding us to perform all these mitzvahs as a remembrance of that miracle of the Exodus? Why, with one remembrance alone, the matter of the miraculous Exodus can be brought to our attention, so that it not be forgotten from our offspring. For it is not out of wisdom that you thus challenge me on this, and it is childish thinking that would influence you to speak in such a manner. To explain why it is in fact necessary that many mitzvahs be dedicated to memorialize the events of the Exodus, Chinuch first introduces a fundamental concept pertaining to the commandments of the Torah. Now, my son, if you have understanding, listen to this. Very interesting how he goes in this tangent. And incline your ear and hear. I will instruct you for your benefit in Torah and in mitzvahs. Know it to be true that a man is affected in accordance with his actions, and his heart and thoughts constantly follow the deeds in which he is occupied, whether good or evil. The Chinuch illustrates this point. Even someone who is entirely wicked at heart, for whom every product of the thoughts of his heart is but evil always, if his spirit were to be aroused, and he were to diligently place his efforts and activity in the study of Torah and in the performance of mitzvahs, even if not for the sake of heaven, the result would be that he would immediately turn toward the good path. It follows after our actions. If he were to continue on that path, through the strength of his deeds, he would eventually slay the evil inclination within himself. This is because the hearts of men are drawn after their actions. We will continue tomorrow with this concept, but definitely a concept you hear a lot of, that it's actually the actions that lead our thoughts and words. So let's have positive actions, my friends. Torah mitzvahs until tomorrow. To sponsor 36-100 for the goal.